There is no law that EFCC has violated. How I wish our opinion leaders can just take time to understand what we are doing. Right here with me, I have the copy of the judgment of the Kogi State High Court. The man approached the High Court for the enforcement of his fundamental rights. And concluding his judgment, in fact, rather than disobeying the law, we have obeyed. Honorable Justice Issa Jamin Abdullahi, a man I respect so much and I was so smart, a man. I will read to you the last 2-3 paragraphs of his judgment. He said, I am under no illusion that under the laws of this country and having regard to the provisions of the EFCC Act 2004, the Commission cannot be restrained from carrying out criminal investigation and prosecution of any citizen of this country. However, the exercise of these powers is subject to the overriding provisions of the Constitution or any subsisting order of court, and he quoted some judgments, IGP versus Uba, and so on. And he went further to say that the applicant having established, that was Yahaya Bello, established infringement or threatened infringement of his right. He didn't say infringement, or threatened infringement of his right by the respondent, which was EFCC, is now entitled to benefit from the long-standing principle and legal maxim, ubi jus, ibi remedium, as it is central to the cardinal principle of administration of justice, that where injury is established or imminent, there must always be a remedy. And he quoted some other judgments. The applicant, no doubt, is entitled to the grant of some protective reliefs. While I am inclined to grant the orders sought by the applicant in this application, I can only grant them subject to what is permissible under our laws. It has been repetitively made clear in this judgment that the respondent cannot be restrained, as EFCC, from exercising its statutory mandate to investigate and prosecute persons or authorities reasonably suspected of having committed financial crimes as obligated under its Establishment Act. Accordingly, I will make no such order. And he gave us some citations. And if I may add, prosecution. Now, looking at the orders sought by the applicant, I am inclined to grant them subject to some alterations, which in my view will make the justice of this case, as in following terms. An order is hereby granted, enforcing the fundamental rights of the applicant, that was Yahaya Bello, to liberty and freedom of movement and fair hearing, by restraining the respondent, that was EFCC, by themselves, their agents, servants, or privies, from continuing to harass, threaten, to arrest or detain, or in any manner whatsoever arresting, detaining, or persecuting the applicant, or I think he wanted to write prosecuting the applicant, on the basis of criminal charges now pending before the Federal High Court. We had filed our charges then. Now, without prejudice to the power of the said Federal High Court to make any order as it may deem just in the determination of the rights of the applicant and the respondent as may be submitted to them, to her for consideration and determination. Another is hereby granted directing the respondent to bring before the said Federal High Court. It was Kogi State High Court that directed the EFCC enforcer to go and file a charge against him, as against what is being touted out there. Another is hereby granted to EFCC, the respondent, to bring before the said Federal High Court or any such appropriate court such criminal charge, allegation, or complaint in respect whereof the applicant is reasonably believed by the respondent to have committed any offense subject of his jurisdiction, provided that the respondent shall not invite, arrest, or detain the applicant on account of a reasonable belief that the applicant has committed any financial crime without first obtaining the leave of a superior court of record, which is Federal High Court, where we are filing our charge, especially having regard to the antecedent of the respondent in the manner it has managed its engagement with the applicant. Remember the case we had with his chief of, was it chief of staff? Was it chief of staff? There's cashier, the government house cashier, the guy that was bringing the billions. Okay. I'm so passionate about the need for us to move forward in this country. A sitting governor, because he knows he's going, you move money. I mean, the particulars of offense is there. It's before court. Go and check it. Apply for our processes, please. You will get some of these particulars of offense there. Move money directly from government to bring the change. Use it to pay the child school fee in advance. In advance. Dollars. How much? 70 what?
Total is over almost 800.
In dollars, yes. In dollars. $72,000 or thereabout. $720,000, sorry. $720,000 in advance. In anticipation that he was going to leave government house. In a poor state like Kogi. And you want me to close my eyes to that? Under the guise of saying I'm being used. Used by who? At this stage of my life? Used by who? By who? For crying out loud. I assumed office here. I didn't initiate the case. I inherited the case file. I called for the case file. I called for the report. And I said, look, there are issues here. Do you know on my own, on my honor, I put a call across to him, which ordinarily I'm not supposed to do, just to honor him as a governor, as a immediate past governor. Sir, there are issues. I've seen this case file. Can you just come? Let us clarify these issues. I'm under camera. He said, sir, I thank you, my brother. I know, but I can't come. There's one lady, I don't know what her name is, maybe a senator, that she learned she had said, she has surrounded the EFCC with over 100 journalists, to come and embarrass him and intimidate him and all kind of stuff. I said, okay, if that is your fear, I'm going to pass you through my own gate, special man's gate. You will come to my floor. We will accord you that respect. I will invite my operatives. They will come and interrogate you or interview you in my own office. What could be more honorable than that? In my own office. To allay the fear. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. You know what he said? But can't they come to my village? That's what he told me. Can't they come to my village to come and say, I told you. He also got into, he sent a message to him. My director of investigation sent a message to him. Some people will say we are handing him, we are harassed. How about? Let's be fair on this. Look, we need the FCC. We need this institution to survive. We need this institution to survive. I'm telling you. So many victims that we have wiped tears off their eyes. People that they have swindled and all of that. In their millions. How much are we going to say? Every day we keep recovering money for victims. Every day. In my 6 months, we have recovered close to 120 billion. Over 1,600 convictions. Somebody will now, those we are convicted, are they not human beings? Does he have two heads? Even if I'm going to lose the case at the end of the day, submit yourself to the rule of law. Let me be sure that, look, I don't get convictions. My job is to investigate and prosecute. Conviction is the responsibility of the court. So nobody should come and blame me. I didn't get conviction. Mine is to do my work diligently and leave it to the judiciary. For civil society to follow up too. It's not within my power to convict anybody or to go and lock anybody up. It's not. My law does not allow me to go and be taking it happy. Come on. For what? So at that point I said, look, this is, and I kept quiet. Nobody talked to him anymore. After he had refused the invitation, we continue with our work. After all, we don't even need him to come and make statement before we can even file a charge. If we are sure of our, the credibility of our work. So we have gathered all the necessary documentary evidence. We have prepared our processes. We file a charge. So come and answer to your charge. He refused to come and make statements here. But that does not stop me from filing my charge. And will he also refuse to come and answer that charge? We are talking of over 80 billion naira, gentlemen, that belongs to the people of Kogi, allegedly stolen. Allegedly stolen. So come and tell us, you didn't steal this money, period. Is it today? The EFCC have lost some cases. Yes. I'm not sure, I won't condemn myself for that. The EFCC have lost some cases. Some of them are walking the street as we free men now today. And EFCC has also won some cases. I didn't promise Nigeria that we'll be winning all the cases I take to court. It's practically impossible. Even in the American system, where they have very tight, and responsive, they don't do that. You can't get 100% conviction on your cases. It doesn't happen. In my short period, I have had cause to arraign 2 past governors. Nigerians don't remember that. We have had cause to arraign Obiano in this country. The man came, he went to court, surrendered himself. We gave him his passport, he went abroad, came back honorably, went to court, submitted to the jurisdiction of the court. On the day of arraignment, the court granted him bail. He's walking free now. We are in court together. Simple. That's the way it is. Simple. Abdul Fattah Ahmed, who had left government house how many years ago? I said, look, this case must not die. Give me all these high-profile cases. We'll review them. There is a predication here. We are going to court. I can't tell you the pressure. We eventually filed our charge. He came, presented himself before the court. He was also granted bail. The matter is ongoing. See, the problem is, if we allow this thing to go this way, I don't have a moral right to run after anybody to say I want to investigate anybody in Nigeria. We better proscribe the EFCC. If anybody will be taking us to clean us because I'm telling you we are flouting law. Which law did I flout here? I've read it to you now. Which law did I flout? Now, when we filed the charge, I wasn't the judge. The judge saw predication in our case, and he gave us, this is it, he gave us a warrant of arrest. A Federal Republic of Nigeria, not even EFCC. In other words, this is binding on all forces, all law enforcement forces in Nigeria. Federal Republic of Nigeria versus Yahaya Bello. Anywhere you see him, arrest him and present him before this court. This is our order. This is the enrolled order. Pursuant to even the pronouncement of the High Court of Kogi. So where have we gone wrong? What has EFCC gone wrong? But I understand some of the people that we thought are crusaders, they are on the payroll of the man. And that's the truth. We are investigating it. Everyone who was involved in obstructing the arrest will be brought to book. Yes. If you are a governor today, you can't be a governor forever. We are building a case against everyone involved. Whether you are a governor or not, we are building a case. Let the whole public hear. We are building a case against those who obstructed justice. You are sitting, you have immunity today, you won't have immunity forever. Not at all. This mess must stop. The president came out. What else do we want the president to do? A serving minister is summoned the courage based on our investigation report. Suspended the DG and told us, look, EFCC, do your work. A whole attorney general, for the first time in the history of this country, we are working together with the EFCC. He issued a statement, a stern statement, saying that EFCC must not be obstructed in the course of carrying out their responsibility. Attorney General of the Federation, supporting us, working with us. CG of Immigration issued a statement. And some people will go and carry, pack, I don't want to use the meaning word, from Zuba and from, Agege. And they were carrying plaques as if you don't have shame in this country. The world is looking at us. Over how much? To sold out your conscience. Sold out our conscience. As if we don't have conscience anymore. And this is what we'll be talking about, building a nation. We'll be talking about fight. Is this the way to build a nation? I'm not against criticism. Look, sir, take us to cleaners if we do anything wrong. Before you even take me to cleaners, I would have taken myself to cleaners. I exercise patience. We would have gone after this man since January. Okay, after January, how are you? You are here. I had to exercise patience up until this time. I told my men, calm down. Let us follow due process. I'm not going to go after him if I don't get this order. And it was not until the day we got this order. I didn't go after this man. Do you know when we got there? I said mount surveillance. We were there as early as 7 a.m. Mount surveillance. Don't cause breakdown of law and order. Our people mounted surveillance. So when eventually we got this order across to them, We were supposed to move in. That was when the governor came with his vehicle. Even though they are denying now that he didn't come. Come on. When we have all the video evidence, do you know the forensic evidence we have with us? And who is this man again? We met over 30 armed policemen. About 10 CTU, counterterrorism. I don't know what with him. His CSO is a senior DSS official. We met all these people there. I went with my gallant men, over 50 of them, armed to the teeth. We would have exchanged fire. Then if you had done it, there would have been casualties. If I've killed 1 or 2 people in their crossfire, Adams, what will you be saying? Will you be proud to come and collaborate with me today? And that's what some people are condemning us for. Why did you break down the house? Why did you? The day I went for my screening, I was at the National Assembly. The issue of the invasion of a Okorocha house became an issue. They took me up on that. Gentlemen, we are a sophisticated law enforcement. We are not military. This is EFCC. What we investigate is white-collar crime. There are certain things that may be lawful for us, but may not be expedient. Exchanging fire with other servicemen that day wasn't expedient for me, and nobody would have asked me to do that. I would have done it. I'm a lawyer. If I've killed 1 or 2 people or another uniformed man because I wanted to arrest somebody who committed white-collar crime, what would I do if I want to arrest a terrorist? You employ violence, people will condemn you. You are putting human face into the work you do, people will still condemn you. So where do you want me to stay? Was it not worse for him to have even run away that day? Because if he had surrendered himself or submitted himself to us that day, we wouldn't have declared him wanted. Do you know the implication of somebody being declared wanted? Usually we do quarter of a page, but because of his attitude, we have to do full page. I wouldn't mind using my salary. We are not stopping there. It's been watch listed all over the world. He can only run. Instead, there's no law in this country that we are following. Let's all of us declare that we are a state of pariah. Everybody go and do what they like. Like I said, I don't mind the outcome of this case, but the right thing must be done. If we don't see this case through, I won't have any moral right to accuse anybody of corruption in Nigeria. I will resign. Do you know how much has been lost to corruption in this country? Do you know how much? So that day we had to calm down, just let them finish their shenanigans. If some people have suddenly seen a criminal suspect as a saint, that we are harassing, we are hounding, from where to where? There's nothing personal there. So the question is, why is he not submitting himself to the law? That's the question. Why is he not appearing before? Do they kill people there? Why is he not coming out? Why? Why?